Hello everyone, how's it going? It's Snatch Red here, back here for another video, season prediction times. Here we go, reacting to my predictions at the start of the season, and oh boy, it is rubbish. It is. I'm just looking through it, I'm like, this is garbage. It's not that great. And let's get on with it. Relegated teams. What I thought is gonna get relegated was Cardiff to finish 20th, Southampton to finish 19th, and Brighton to finish 18th. Now, the only one of those teams got relegated is Cardiff. I thought they were going to struggle. They made hardly any new signings. That could be a good thing or a bad thing. Tottenham made it look like a good thing. Some other teams made it look like a bad thing. But Cardiff, they signed a couple of players and it didn't work out. They had to try and find goals from everywhere. They didn't have anyone focal points. Didn't have someone to look out for. I'm like, that's the guy. But they didn't have anyone. Southampton stayed up. I thought they were going to really struggle with Mark Hughes at the start of the season. And they did, to be fair. Before Hasenhüttl came in, they were rubbish. Hasenhüttl came in, pressing. Go, again, pressing. Press the fuck out of the team's defence. And it worked out. Nathan Redmond, Danny Ings, Charlie Austin, they really found their groove under Hasenhüttl. So they stayed up and they finished 16th. Cardiff finished 18th. And Brighton just stayed up. I thought they were going to go down. Chris Hughton, I don't think they did well to stay up, and he got sacked, unfortunately. And I thought, are they going to rely on Glenn Murray scoring again? 35, I think he's 35 years old now. Haven't got really much else. They got that new guy on the bench. He hasn't played much, but when he has scored a goal, they're really relying on their centre backs getting goals from corners and pieces. Dunk and Duffy have been sensational since this season, and they're the ones that are going to try to keep them up next season. So Brighton doesn't look good since they sacked their manager Hughton. So 3 wins out of 23 or something ridiculous like that. But nevertheless, they're going to find it hard in Brighton next season. And the next batch of teams, I'm going to do this every 5 teams. If the relegated and others, I'll do relegated. So I went for relegated. Next 5 that stayed up, 13th to 17th. I had 17th. I had Huddersfield, 16th Watford, 15th Fulham, 14th Palace, 13th Newcastle. Yes, I was so hopeful of Huddersfield staying. I thought they could do it again. I'll be honest. I thought David Wagner, bloody Aaron Moy, just bossing it. But I was wrong. Wagner got sacked. The new guy came in from Borussia Dortmund. He was so hopeful, but they're just so rubbish, Huddersfield. I didn't understand Wagner getting sacked, to be honest. I thought he's the best manager they could get. For 17th, they were probably worst seasons of ever by a team in the Premier League ever. They finished 16 points. They had no striker. They scored about 22 goals. It was really a poor season by Huddersfield, but they had their moment in the Premier League and so on. So Watford, I really underrated them. They were fantastic all season, and I put them at 16th. They finished 11th, and they were really outstanding in the first half of the season. They were up there, around the top 6 area. They were up there, they were battling out. Obviously, you can't say that for a long time because the top 6 are far ahead by everyone else. But Watford did so well to stay up there, stay around the top 10 range. And what's his name? What's that manager? Gracia did so well. They've got so many excellent players getting them goals. Dini and Delafeo. Oh, that's a frightening partnership. And then in the midfield, that Doucouré just bossing the midfield. And Will Hughes had a fantastic season coming from Derby County. And the defence was solid. Holobas, trying to get crosses into Dini. It was really working out. And Gracia, unlike other Watford managers, gets a new contract. And holy shit, they've actually backed in a manager for more than a season. It's like a Chelsea all over again. Fulham, what the hell? You could either go Cardiff, keep the same team and try and save, or you can go with Fulham. Just splash the cash. And what the problem is for Fulham, they brought so many new players in. And if you got too many new players with new surroundings, it's hard to gel. Different analogies, hard to gel. And what they should have done, they kept more of the same players, because what they kept them up, that what's the manager got sacked, but he really started playing better. He was probably their best manager of the season. And then they brought in Ranieri, bring him, sacked. Then they bring in Scott Parker. Scott Parker was bossing out the end, but nevertheless, Fulham spent too much money. But a bit of a shining light for them. Mitrovic, he's probably going to get sold, trying to move into a Premier League team because he's good enough. Scored about 11 goals for a relegated Fulham. But the problem was not scoring goals for Fulham. they couldn't stop conceding. Their defense was absolute a joke. Sergio Rico made the most saves in the Premier League, but even he had a couple of shaky moments. For example, the Mane penalty. So they've got to fix up Fulham. They're back down. Look, are they going to get backed again next season? Who knows? Next one, Crystal Palace. They finished 12th. Not far away. I thought since Roy Hodgson came in, they've really got a style, haven't they? Counter-attacking, fierce, Townsend, Zaha, even Batshuayi on the counter. Very frightening against an opposition team. And I think looking at Wan-Bissaka, his development, excellent player, excellent little, because he used to play up the field like a right mid, a bit like Trent Alexander-Arnold, midfielder, maybe right winger. And he's pulled back defender, and he's been an excellent wing back. I'm surprised how many tackles he made. Probably one of the best right backs. But I thought he was going to get into the team of the season. But Trent made it because of his crossing. But Wan-Bissaka, those top 6 teams that need a right back, Tottenham, maybe Arsenal, who else? Chelsea maybe. They're going to look for him. Maybe United. They're going to look at him because he's so young and he's so promising. But him, like Wan-Bissaka and Zaha, they could be looking for a move in the summer. Palace could be worried. And then last place, 13th, Newcastle. Yes, I got it right. Rafa Benitez. I just love the guy, and I really trust Rafa to do the job. He's got no budget. They brought in Almiron, their new signing. I think that's their biggest signing since Michael Owen, and that was years ago. So it's a bit worrying signs. But they, what's his name, Mike Ashley pulled his finger out of his ass and said, "All right, I'll give you Almiron." And Almiron's obviously he's injured. But, once he played, he's so electric, isn't he? In that midfield, helping the strikers Rondon. What a season. What a loan signing. Probably the best loan signing in recent years. He was just sensational for him. Him and Perez. Oh my gosh, what a partnership they built. And Perez might go to a bigger club. Maybe he'll stay. Rondon, he's going to stay at Newcastle for a permanent deal. But Newcastle, if they let go of Rondon or Perez, and maybe Lascelles going to go to a bigger club, maybe a top 6 like United for a centre-back role, or, I don't know, players like, Rafa Benitez, is he going to stay? Newcastle have to do everything in their willpower to help, to grab a hold of him, please stay. But the owners don't help themselves, and Benitez might go for just to further on his career. He doesn't have to, but to have a better career, because at Newcastle, the fans love him, the players love him, the owners are just not giving you 2 shits about it. So, frustrating times for Newcastle, but once again, Rafa helps them stay out of relegation zone. The next positions are going to be from 8th to 12th, and in 12th position had Burnley, 11th Bournemouth, 10 Wolves, 9 Leicester City, and 8 West Ham. Now, these are the teams that are trying to, all season battling for the Europa League, trying to get that one spot. Let's talk about Burnley. I thought they had a really good season last year. I think they finished 8th or 7th or 8th, one of those positions. They made it to Europa League, and I thought, okay, they're going to struggle. It's hard, and they struggled real badly in the first half of the season. They were in the relegation zone. Sean Dyche was under pressure. They went out of the Europa League in the first few rounds. I think in the qualifying, to be fair. But the second half of the season, they got Chris Wood and Ashley Barnes scoring big man. They were like second half season, they were just bossing it. They were sensational second half of the season. And they just worked together like a Burnley Dyche team, like you would expect. And they obviously crept up in the second half season, and they finished 12th. So Sean Dyche will be happy after a very, very poor start in the Premier League. 11th, I had Bournemouth, who finished 14th. Another improvement from Eddie Howe's team. Jeez, they've got a sensational team. Josh King, underrated player. Callum Wilson, another underrated player. And the 2 wingers in David Brooks and Ryan Fraser. Oh, they're gonna be a fantastic team once they start improving as a team. Once they start playing together more often, they're gonna gel into a more frightening team. And they've got a dodgy defense, but that's because of Eddie Howe's playing style, and he wants them to play out the back. And you're going to concede from that, especially as a low team. But slowly and steady, they're improving as Bournemouth, and they're doing well, especially with Ryan Fraser. He's surprised me. And someone like an Arsenal looking for a winger, he might go into the end of the season. Number 10 position, 10th position, I had Wolves. I thought they were going to do sensational, and was I right. But they did better than I thought. They finished in the Europa League position, depending on Watford's win. Wolves can get into the Europa League, and they were just wicked all season. Absolutely from the get-go. Neves, Moutinho in the midfield, just destroying playmaking, absolutely sensational. And then the Jota and Jimenez, absolute running right of teams' defenses. They were just counter-attacking, put the ball into space, and Jota and Jimenez would run onto it. The other player would go into the box, and they would just work together. It was a magical partnership that they built. And if there are these lots of players on loan, can they keep a hold of them? Connor Cody, what a captain. Sensational captain, leading from the front. I didn't realise he was so good at passing, because at Liverpool and in the youth academy and so on, obviously he's a scouser, and he played as a defensive midfielder. So obviously he's got a bit of passing ability to him. But as a centre back, these days centre backs, you got to build from the back, and you could pass it. And most of the time, the balls he played over the top, unbelievable, fantastic passes. So Connor Cody, he's gonna get better next season, and it'll be interesting if Nuno plays the same formation, 3-5-2 with Jimenez and Jota up front. These lone players, are they going to make them permanent? It'll be interesting. And Rui Patricia, another very good season for him. Lots of these players, first year in the Premier League, and they did really well. And if they get Europa League, they could win it next season if they keep hold of the players. So it'll be interesting. And ninth, Leicester. Yes, another one I got right. They finished ninth. Claude Puel didn't do too badly with them, but he should have done better at the end of the day. So many young players in the team, wicked players, so many young potential. You just go through the team. Chilwell, Maguire's not too young, but he's got potential. Maguire, Pereira, Ndidi, Maddison, Tielemans, Demarai Gray, Harvey Barnes, and Jamie Vardy scoring almost 20 goals this season. That is scary, fantastic. And Iheanacho, still so much more development coming from him. And Brendan Rodgers coming in from the get-go, playing beautiful football, and this team, if you can get a hold of him, because City, they need a left-back, they're going to go for Chilwell, Maguire, Johnny Evans, good centre-backs. They might go to a top 6 team, Arsenal, United. If they can keep a hold of these players, they're going to be fighting for top 6 next season. I am sure of that. I've got high hopes for Leicester. They got a fantastic squad. Literally, look, you can go through every player. Like I said, you can say, okay, that could get into the top 16. They got fantastic players. And if Brendan Rodgers, obviously, he's managed some good teams. If he starts finding ways to smash these lower teams like Palace, Newcastle, Burnley, deep lying sides. If Rodgers can work out how to beat these teams and play counter-attacking against the top 6 teams, they're going to be a frightening team to watch to play against next season. And 8th, I had West Ham, who finished 10th. And West Ham, just looking at them, and oh yeah, I forgot about them. And just normal season. Pellegrini, under pressure, first 6-10 weeks, under pressure, didn't win many games. Got smashed by us in the first game, but they had so many good players. They just had to let them have time, let them gel together. And the second half season, no one really mentioned West Ham. They had a couple amazing wins against United, for example. I think they'll bet Chelsea as well. So they had some excellent wins, but a very calm, very level-headed team. And that's what West Ham were hoping for. Just a good season. And Pellegrini, if he can build onto that, West Ham would love him for that. Next teams I predicted from 3rd to 7th. 7th, I predicted Arsenal to finish. 6th, Everton. 5th, Chelsea. And 4th, Man United. And 3rd, Tottenham. Oh boy. Some of these seems like, why did I do it? But then again, I sort of backed my opinion, because I thought Arsenal were going to really struggle with Unai Emery first season. Lots of players coming in, not many talent coming in, a couple of players gone, and I thought they're going to struggle. But they did all right. They finished outside of top 4. They finished 5th. Everton. Look, I honestly thought Everton's going to finish the top 6. I really rate Marco Silva, and they've got actually a very good team. Just have a look. Similar to Leicester, I reckon they're going to be battling for finishing that 7th. Top 6 maybe position next season. And Marcus Silva, the problem he didn't have much squad depth. They started the season very well. But once they got into the Christmas period, he started playing all the same players in that congested period, and that's how they got tired. And then, that's where they lost more points. That November, December, after our derby, it really frustrated them. It really knocked them off the perch, didn't it? Oh, Divock Origi, thank you. Like after our result towards maybe February, like losing to Millwall in the FA Cup, they really struggled. Congested fixture, and with Marcus Silva, high pressing, high tempo stuff, they lost their energy. But once they started getting more breaks, weekly breaks, towards February, March, they started getting their groove together, started playing better. Bet Arsenal, they played really well and 1-0 that 1-0 result. And they started playing much better because they got, and once Marcus Silva gets a proper striker, Calvert-Lewin, is he good enough to go again next season? I don't know. They need a proper striker. They're gonna look, they've got so many good young players, yeah. Dino, very good season, and a couple others like Pickford is gonna get better. Like, but at that winger, what's his name? You know what I mean. But he had a good season. Look, I'm the best expert if I can't remember this player's name. But they've got good players, right? What's his name? Oh my, this is frustrating. Hang on. Give me time. Bernard. Richarlison, Bernard, look, man, they got talent. I'm an expert, aren't I? But Everton, once Marcus Silva gets a squad, gets more players he can trust to play that high pressing system, I reckon they're going to go up a notch. Chelsea finished 5th. I thought Sarri's going to struggle in his first season, but not as much as he did. And it looked like they're going to finish 5th and 6th. And all of a sudden they finished 3rd after a couple of weeks just because other teams are just crap. It's unbelievable. Sarri under pressure. Is he gonna stay? Hazard, leave. He's gonna leave for sure. And then they're gonna bring lots of youngsters on loan because they got a transfer ban. Hudson-Odoi, Mason Mount. They got players. There. Rudiger, I thought had a really good season. Marcus Alonso had a really poor season. So they've got a couple of players that definitely gonna leave, and a couple of players that you can sort of have a positive look. I'm like, okay, it wasn't a great season. We finished in the top 4, but Rudiger, he's one of the shining lights of the season. So happy for him. As a Chelsea, what am I on about? As a Chelsea fan, you would be happy for him. 4th, Man United. Jose Mourinho, I thought he was going to struggle big time, but I don't think it was that bad. He finished 6th, and then Oli came in and finished 6th. Is that all you want me to talk about? No, I want to talk about it for much longer. Oh, yes. Oh, they finished 6th at the end of the day. At the end of the season, they were just shit. Apart from maybe January to March, they were shit. They were really poor. Mourinho, obviously, he said something about second being an absolute biggest achievement in his career. Looking back on it, he's right. What a shit bunch of players they've got. No class, no attitude toward. They don't give a fuck. He's just so frustrating for United fans. Just look at this, and then Oli, once that adrenaline goes, oh yes, Oli's at the wheel, and then once that adrenaline goes, and the players get more comfortable, it goes down. It always happens, and that's why when managers come in, they've got to keep it. They've got to keep the players focused. They've got to keep the players onto it, big time. And Oli, he's going to have a massive transfer window in front of him because he needs to get rid of lots of these players and just bring in players you just want to fight for the team. And like Pogba, he's probably going to leave for Madrid. You know what? For United fans, it's debatable if he needs to go. It's really like they've got this is a massive transfer window because they're going down. This is the worst season ever from Man United since the 80s, since the 80s, 90s, before Fergie's era. But tough times for United going ahead. And third, I had Tottenham. Well, it wasn't far ahead because basically Tottenham were the third best team in my opinion for the whole season, and they finished 4th because Chelsea slipped away at the end because Tottenham just focused on the Champions League, which is fair enough, and they still got top 4. But Tottenham, without no signings, Lucas Moura, the latest signing, and that was from last season in January, really stepped up. No Kane, lots of times of the season. Son, I thought had a brilliant season, and Musa Sissoko, what a player he's become. He's always a talent. He's always been that physical player. But Pochettino, he's got the best out of him. Play him in centre mid, and just let him give him the ball and let him run through the midfield, bossing everything, using his physicality to run through and change the game with his physicality. So Tottenham, good signs there. They got a Champions League final against Liverpool. in a few weeks' time, and it's a really good season for Pochettino. And here we go, top of the league and second position. I had Manchester City finishing second and Liverpool finished first. Oh, I was so close. I really thought we could do it. I really did. And this is our year again. I don't know what you're talking about. This is our year again, mate. But I really thought we were going to finish first. I thought we were going to push Man City all the way and win it. And you know what? If we were going to win it, it's going to be the most craziest thing ever. Virgil van Dijk scoring a 30-yard free kick. That's how I thought we were going to do it. And then last minute against Wolves and Brighton's Glenn Murray scoring a goal late on. I thought we were going to do it. But Liverpool finishing on 97 points. Manchester City finishing 98 points. I did a video about this the other day, talking about the last match day 38, talking about how proud I am of the team, how Manchester City have been so good second half of the season. Like since the Newcastle defeat, I think it was their last defeat, they were just unbelievable, ridiculously good. 14 games, I think, 14 straight wins or something, some mad number like that. And you got to hold your hands up and just applaud, because what can you do? I mean, people that are like, oh, you were 7 points ahead. We were 7 points ahead, but if we continue that run, that momentum, we will finish on a record points. And if you don't finish record points and you still call it Butler, like football Twitter is fucked. Like it's so insane. It's so stupid. Like that football Twitter has got no brains. I might do a video on this in next week or maybe. Yeah, I don't know. You got to do a video because there's some boneheads out there thinking that we bottled the league. I mean, are you drawing against West Ham and Leicester? I'm like, oh, just fuck off, will you? It's just, why are you supposed to win every game? You're not supposed to win every game. That's football. You got 11 players on the other team trying to win against you, trying to stop you scoring. And that's what's frustrating. But Liverpool's such a fantastic season. Hopefully we can end up with a Champions League victory. Finished second, 97 points, and a Champions League win is probably the best season you could have hoped for. Manchester City, absolute sensation. Bernardo Silva, I thought he really impressed me this season. And Laporte, absolutely sensational. And I thought their weak left back Zinchenko, but he held up his own, to be fair. And I thought Aguero, another fantastic season. Raheem Sterling stepped up another notch. But also, my boys, Liverpool, really, unbelievable. Like, Gomez, Matip, Lovren, whenever someone had to back up, we'll go with Virgil van Dijk. They stepped up. Our defense sensational. Trent and Robertson, the most assists as a defenders, but also in the best defensive record in the team. If you know what I mean. How do you do that? Trent Alexander-Arnold from right back getting 12 assists, unbelievable. Mane, Salah shares a golden boot with Aubameyang. Bobby Firmino injured but always plays a role. Like Henderson, Fabinho, Keita. Like it's like a fantastic season. Virgil van Dijk, player of the year. Alisson, 21, 22 clinches, whatever it is. It is ridiculous. And how do we not win the league? It's, hold your hands up, applaud Man City. It's fantastic. But leave me your comments, what you think of the season, what you think of my predictions. Some of them are mental, like Everton finished 6th or Fulham finished. But to be fair, everyone thought Fulham was going to do well. Let me your comments, what you think of my predictions. Like the video. Smash that like button. Subscribe to Natural Red. And I'll see you guys later.